ourselves to death because we're scared to death. Scared of death, right? So, those are some general principles, and I want to thank Chanyi Lin for inviting me to be part of a Spring Forest Qigong Congress. And like I feel like I'm from alien here, but with some commonalities. Yeah. And congratulations on this Congress. I see some wonderful people here. And I'd like to announce that we are having the World Congress on Qigong and TCM, Traditional Chinese Medicine, at the end of this month, April 24th, 25th, in San Francisco. And your dear teacher has been nominated to receive the award, the Qigong Master of the Year 2010. Oh, there you are. There's Chanyi Lin.
Thank you.
I had the pleasure of meeting Chanyi Lin for the first time, actually back in November around then. And of course, I've heard of him. And of course, he's heard of Grandma here. And we exchanged concepts. And he believed, like I do, that although we have our system, that we must cooperate together. And this certainly, having me here, is a definite indication of that. And we must believe in what we are learning from the master that you are learning from, but you also must be a community and not say, oh, they're no good, and we're the best, and that they're no good. It's okay if you say, we're one of the best. Don't say that the others aren't any good. And this happens in the community. And so I bonded with Chanyi just like that. He feels that everybody should cooperate together. And he's got a great system. And there are over 5,000 different systems of Qigong. Over 5. That is conservatively. We're talking about possibly 35,000. Why? Because Qigong developed on individual basis in the hamlets, in the villages, and it's an individual feeling the concept of the Qi, that they get to be sensitive and they feel the movement of the Qi, the life force. And that's how the movements come in. It isn't somebody say, okay, 1, you do this, 2, you do that, or 3, you do that. It's become that. It's in some of the forms. But it is the spontaneous experience and the instantaneous expression and action that has developed all the various types of Qigong. The 35,000 came from a physician who went to China to study Qigong. And he came back and said, you'd never believe it. I've counted over 35,000 different styles. Except, of course, those that are better organized, like Chanyi Lin. It becomes a big thing. And then, of course, the little teachers are in their own little space in the mountains and etc. Doesn't mean that they're not as good, right? So I want to create that community spirit, and this is what the World Congress on Qigong is in its 12th year, has developed a community. And the first few years, what happened? The Qigong masters came, presented, and they walked out, or else they sat in the back of the room in the table and ji ji za za, da, 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 da. You know what that means? Not respecting the speaker, right? And they're just communicating. We have to say, go back there and shush them up, you know. But now, the last few years, remember we're in the 12th year now, the last few years, we always reserve the front seat for the masters, you know, and the other speakers and etc. And they are coming to sitting in the front. They're not sitting back there and ji ji da da, you know. They're coming up here and saying, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right on, you know. That's a community we want to develop in Qigong. So my topic is healing yourself and healing the planet. And that is a concept in traditional Chinese medicine. And Qigong is part of traditional Chinese medicine. In fact, it is the very basic premise of traditional Chinese medicine. The qi, the life force, the breath. Without breath, where are you? Simple. Dead. Without breath. And if you have a lower level of breath, what are you? You're in a lower level of health, right? It all depends upon the oxygen you take in you. And what are we doing now to the oxygen in the atmosphere? What are we doing? We are polluting it. So therefore, your breath isn't taking in the purity that it used to. And I remember 250 years ago that the air was really pure. They say I lived 3 lifetimes in my one lifetime. Yes. Well, just a minute. I'm not 100. So I say that how many remember that the fruit used to taste very succulent and etc. Watch out, you're telling your age. And it was sweet. Now the fruit is pulpy and tastes terrible. You have to add salt or add something to it to make it taste good. And the vegetables too, right? It used to be really tasty, and now it's pulpy. It's because of the way we raised it, using chemicals, etc., etc. And so, did you know that Qigong can affect food? And from the previous speaker, Qigong can affect everything. Everything. Not only animals and human beings, but the crops, the agriculture, the water, everything. How many have inserted qi into water? How many felt the difference? Yes. And of course, Emoto is a well-known person who has worked on water. He doesn't claim to be a scientist, but he claims to have found a system that shows what happens when you are positive, and this is what Qigong is supposed to do, right? That is positive thinking, and that even jokingly saying, oh, I hate you. That the crystal is non-formed, is mutilated, and is brown, ugly, and deformed. And you say, I love you, I have gratitude, and it has beautiful, clear crystals. Those are the two most powerful words that affects the crystals. It is most powerful and most beautiful crystal that it creates. And so therefore, if that is so, then we must watch what we do all the time.